Hey there, BookTube. Noah, everyone who reads and must converses the channel. Today is something a little special. If you like comics or you like graphic novels at all, then today's for you because this story, Why the Last Man, is an awesome graphic novel story arc that was done. I think it was done starting in 2002, but it took like 6 years to do all of this storyline. There's 10 of these collected editions in trade format that have maybe 6 to 8 comic books a piece in the bind up, and there's 10 of them all together in the editions that I have. They do have like a complete omnibus, an absolute, something like that. That's like a thick binding, and you can get the whole thing in one binding. But this is just how I got it back in the day when I read it. I didn't read it when it was coming out. I'm not a big comic book guy where I want to just read, a story ongoing. I wait until there's a complete storyline and then I'll read the whole thing if it's worth it, right? So that's what I did with the Why the Last Man. And I got these trades, just most of them, some of them bought from the comic book shop, of course, but some of them I just bought on eBay. And I will say that Safe Word, which is volume 4 in this edition here, when it came off buying from eBay, it's signed by Brian K. Vaughan. This is an awesome story. And Brian K. Vaughan really is a great writer. This is not your typical comic. There's not a hero. There's no superpowers or anything like that. What this is an apocalyptic. Think Children of Men. If you've ever seen that movie, Children of Men, that's the kind of world that you're in because there are human beings, but there's no procreation. There's no way to further the human race. The difference between Why the Last Man and something like Children of Men is in this storyline, there's no men. All the men die. All the male mammals on the face of the earth die. Not all, but 99.999%. Just an unbelievable, horrific event that just changes in an instant the entire face of the country and the whole world. Our main character, Yorick, is his name, and I will say that I haven't seen the adaptation that they've done. I hear they did the first season and then they didn't pick it up again to continue on. I don't know why. I haven't looked at it, and this, like I said, was written early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. So it's not something that is written for an agenda. Okay. But this storyline is very psychological. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes on with our boy Yorick. It starts out, Yorick is on the phone with his girlfriend, who's actually in Australia. She is on vacation. He's in New York City, I believe, but he's on the East Coast of the United States. And he's on the phone with her, and like an idiot, he's going to propose to her over the phone. Yorick is not my kind of guy. Yorick is a character that I didn't really relate to very much, but I enjoyed learning about and following him because he is different than I am in big ways. And Yorick is very, low. He doesn't have a lot of confidence. He second guesses himself all the time. He has no direction in his life, this kind of stuff. And he is, makes weird decisions. But while he's on the phone and about to propose to his girlfriend, that's when the line goes dead and every male mammal on the earth dies, except for him. And he has a pet monkey. that he had just gotten from Japan, and the monkey's name is Ampersand, right? And the monkey is a male, and that monkey doesn't die. So Yorick and Ampersand are unique and highly sought after right then. It's an amazing trek. His mother works for the government House of Representatives, I believe, and puts a secret agent of a high level, like an army operative named Agent 355 to protect him. So they are going to meet up with a geneticist and a cloning expert named Dr. Mann, Mann, Mon, right? Uh, to see if they can figure out why Yorick is unique like this, and Ampersand as well, the monkey as well, right? So they go on this trek. They go across the entire country because the um, the the place where they need to get to, the laboratory that they need to get to, is in San Francisco. So there's this. The first part is this whole trek across the United States in an apocalyptic circumstances, because there's not any technology. The power plants are down, things like this. There's no air travel, of course, and just things. Things are in a chaos. And like I said, there's a lot of psychology in this. And safe word is one of my favorite little parts, because there is this kind of messed up retired agent that had worked with Agent 355 that is taking care of Yorick for a time. And what they go through is really, really crazy, reminiscent of psychological breakdown, and breakthrough. You learn a lot about Yorick, and this is when I really started to enjoy, like really enjoy the character, because the character is very deep and multifaceted. He's very well realized, and all of these characters are very well realized. There is a group of people, of a couple of groups of people after Yorick, that know that there's a live male, and hunting him down, because everybody wants him, right? Because there's no way to procreate. There's no way to continue the species if uh, you know if it's just all women. So they're just, everybody. It's like a children of men situation, where people are warring just because there's nothing left to do, except for just at all costs figure out how to fix this or die. And it's wild. They go to San Francisco. They At that point, it's been a couple months or something of traveling, and things are getting back in order. There is shipping, so they get on a boat and they go to Australia. Yorick is bent on finding his girlfriend, and so they go to Australia. They go to Japan, and there's a ninja that shows up. It's awesome. There is a lot of cool story, like mini story arcs that happen throughout this whole epic. And the ending, whys and wherefores, just this one right here is the ending, is so satisfying. I can't recommend it enough. I really, really enjoy Why the Last Man. And I like how it explores a few different things, jumping into why, like why did all the men die off, and brings up uh, a few different ideas that it's pursuing in this story, and brings up the idea of when one, like a collective, when people learn things in a collective, there is a kind of a psychological, but a subconscious psychological mechanism that I don't know the word for, and I can't bring to mind the thing of this happening, what they call it, but it is a documented happening. Say there is a population of animals in a certain place, like in a jungle or something, and one of these groups learns how to do something new, use a tool, or use a skill, or develops a skill for tracking and finding food or whatever, something like that. Once that skill or this use of a tool or developing a tool or something like that is learned by enough uh, members of the population, all of a sudden it seems the entire population knows knows what that is, has the knowledge that there is some kind of mechanism, and this is all animals and maybe all beings that do this kind of thing. There is documented uh, in scientific field of different scientists in different places at the same time, coming up with the same idea, coming up with the same theory or idea, or developing the same kind of technology or something like that. And then, well, who stole it from who, right? Well, nobody did. Well, who invented it then? Well, they both did. And it's just this weird kind of thing. That kind of thing comes up and is explored very, very satisfactorily in this series. There is Israeli high level Israeli army coming for Yorick. I believe the main uh, chick that is hunting him down is named Asher. She's just hardcore. There's so much to love about Y the Last Man. So I figured I'd show and say a little bit about it, and definitely give my recommendation to checking it out. It is a trip. So I'll catch you on the next one, BookTube. Bye bye.